Hi everyone, it's Margaret, and it is St. Patrick's Day very soon. And I wanted to do something to pay homage to all the Irish beauties out there and all the people who love to celebrate. And obviously, I'm using a non-Irish person, but I think that, you know, you don't have to be Irish to celebrate St. Patty's Day. I, for one, definitely am not, and I do. But my husband is, so he has part Irish in him. So I will say that we do celebrate when we can. Here is my inspiration for the St. Patrick's celebration, and I'm doing a very couture inspired, runway inspired look. So I want you guys to have fun with this. I thought this might be kind of a fun look to try out and play. You don't have to do it for St. Patty's. You can do it for any time if you want to just kind of do something a little bit more fun and unique. And you don't have to use the green, but I'm using the green for the sake of St. Patty's Day. So anyway, I am doing the beautiful, beautiful, uh, flawless skin of Vivienne and making sure that her skin is just really even, and she already has beautiful skin, so it's not like I have to do a whole lot, but I'm using a silicone base and just really making everything just really flawless and even, and I'm adding a little bit more coverage on the areas that need a little bit extra, and just making sure that everything looks really even. And with St. Patty's Day, we're still not quite I'm sorry, spring yet. So, we still have legitimately that winter look. So I want to go a little more pale. Although it is kind of like, okay, right around the corner from spring. But you still have to understand that, we're still dealing with all the remnants of the harsh winter, so we don't get very much color. So that's why I'm keeping it very neutral, very kind of pale, and very just nice, and really even. So after I did the foundation, I'm setting it, and like I always say, don't set the eyes, just set the face, because the eyes, you want to keep it very keep the base on it as a primer, but you don't want to set it with powder because you want to definitely be able to get some good payout from adding the color onto it, and when you put powder it tends to dull it. So I'm going to use a very matte pearl color, ivory color highlighter on the highlight area, the brow bone, and I'm just going right on the brow bone and going a little bit into the inner parts of the lid towards the bridge. So I'm using a cream shadow for this, and I'm using a very green, I would say a very mossy green color. I love this color. I think it's beautiful. And I'm going to definitely smoke this out on the lid and have a nice payout with it. You want to really make the vibrancy of the green pop out. So you want to make sure you definitely add a good level of color on there. So now I'm taking my blending brush and I'm just blending on the edges because I want to smoke it out. And I'm going right in the inner crease of the eyes and just really blending that into the highlighting shadow. And see how it just softens it in the inner part. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going with the green powder, and I'm just going to go in and just add a little bit more just to give it a little bit more punch of the color. So see how that adds a little bit more. And see, I'm using the flat brush versus the fluffy brush for blending. The flat brush will add color. If you use a fluffy brush to add color, it's going to be harder. So use the fluffy brush to blend and the flat brush to add the color, and you want to use that as a laying agent to put that color onto the skin. So I'm using a cream white liner, and I'm going to go right on the lash line. So I'm going to first use my pencil and go right into the water line, and this will definitely create a nice openness to the eyes. And that's what I like to use the white pencil for the waterline, because I think this gives it a nice kind of feel to it, and it's really a cool look. So now I'm going to go with a cream liner, and I'm going to go right underneath the lash line. So this gives it a way bigger effect to the the openness of the eyes. So see how I'm just going, and I'm giving it a little bit of a thicker, not too thick, but a thicker line on the lash line. And then I'm going to go right on the edge of the white with a black gel liner, and I'm going to go and right underneath just create a line. So this way it has kind of like almost like a layered liner look. And this is definitely not an easy thing to do, so you may have to practice this technique a couple of times before you actually wear it out. But it's a really cool, it's a very, like I said, it's very editorial runway, on the verge of avant-garde, but not quite, because it's still beauty. It's still definitely wearable. And so I definitely think that, you don't have to do it, but it really makes a nice effect to it. So here I'm actually lining the top lid on the lash line with black gel, and I'm actually creating a nice thick line, and I'm going to smudge it a little bit, just a little bit, because I don't want a really harsh line. I want more of a smudged out line that kind of goes into the green. And I think this is really great, especially if you're doing this on Asian eyes. It's really a great way to rim the eyes, but also create a nice accent. So now that the black gel liner is a little bit set, I'm actually putting on the edge of the black. So this is like kind of like a pizza. You layer it upon layer. So here I'm putting like kind of a contour brown color right on the edge. And then so I'm going to take my black pencil and I'm going to go right on the lash line again just to pop the black out a little bit more. And this, make sure the gel liner is set before you do this, because you want to make sure that it's going to dry fully before you put any kind of color on top of it or black. So now that I got the black liner and all the liners kind of set, the white and the black, and as well as the contour brown, I'm going to go back with the green and just go over the lid again just to get another layer of the green, just to pop it out more. Now what I'm doing here is I'm actually adding powder of the same color just to set it. So I'm using the powder to add more color and also set the cream. And I'm adding this on top of the cream shadow that I put on earlier. And this definitely will create a very strong payout, and also it's just to go over and keep blending, so you add more and more texture to it. And here I'm taking my blending brush and just doing a final blend and just adding a little bit more in the areas that need more. And this is such a beautiful look. I love it. It has such a unique quality to the application, but it definitely is very pretty, feminine, and I thought it was so apropos for St. Patty's Day, for those of you who want to go out and have a really nice time and look cool, and definitely want to look really very cool. I think it's a great look for a club too. Okay, so I'm taking a very orangey color blush, and I think this is going to be a really nice mix with the green. It kind of is a very nice accent to the green. So I always tell my models to make like a fish. So she's sucking her cheeks in, and I'm just going right on the ledge of the cheekbone. And Vivian has great cheekbones. You don't have to find them. They're pretty much very apparent. So it's very easy. But at the same time, I don't want to over blush, because you don't want too much blush, but at the same time you want definitely a little bit more pop. So I'm using my wedge sponge to just blend in and soften it a little bit, but just to definitely give it a nice accent, but not like too much just sitting on top of the skin. And this will definitely add more color. And I'm going to use a very similar color on the lips. So I think by doing the orange, it kind of gives it a nice kind of blend together. So I'm using super black thick formula mascara, and this will definitely add more to the liner. It'll definitely support the liner and also open up the eyes more. And it's a very sexy look, and this is great because if you can put some good coating on those lashes, it really makes the liners that I did with the really white and the black and this kind of has a little bit of a mod take on it, but with the lashes it really gives it a nice accent and accentuates the liner really beautifully. So definitely don't be shy with the mascara. And so now I'm going to draw in the brows. I don't want to go too dark with the brows, so I'm just staying on the lighter side of the brown and just rimming and just giving a little bit of a pickup on her natural brows and just creating a little bit more, just a little more payout and a little bit more shape and just defining them more, but not overemphasizing. So here we go with the lips. The lips are the similar color to the cheeks, like I said, but it's not, it's, even though it's a high pigmented gloss, it's not like lipstick where it's super heavy and super, intense. It's got a nice softness and sheer pigment to it. Even though it does have a high pigment, it still has a see-through feel to it. And I prefer that with all of this, so you don't have to go with the gold gloss. You can go with a straight lipstick or cream, but you can be creative. So this is really pretty much how I see this whole blend of colors working together, but you can certainly go with a nude lip, you can go with a pink. I think there's definitely different colors you can use. You could use red, but have fun with it. Just experiment and make sure you practice. If you like my techniques, you can, and you want to become a makeup artist, you can check out my website for my school at mkcbeautyacademy.com. That's www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. We have an amazing online training program. We also have in-person training that you can take or blended training where you can do both. Definitely check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Have fun on St. Patty's Day. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I have a ton of different cool looks coming up, and definitely stay tuned for more. And again, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting my channel. Thanks a lot and have a great one. Bye!